Can you see my screen?
Yep.
So I'm going to go inside of Brian's sample house. Every single project slot, so you can get, the way membership works, you get a certain number of project slots. Every project slot, you can have one 3D model and up to 10 360 images. So here I have one 3D model, so sample house, and I have three 360 images, living room, kitchen, and stairs. If I want to invite you to the project, if I want to invite anyone outside the organization, inside the organization, you're allowed to. It's unlimited users. That's what we do. Right? So it's not a per seat basis. So when I want to invite you to this project, I'm going to click on members, and I'm going to click invite users to project. I'm going to be able to put in your email here. So
D Brokaw. BRO. There you go.
There it is. And then I can set permissions. So can you view only? Can you upload this? So can you edit, add annotations, put in 360 images, etc. Or can you publish? Which means you can do basically everything I can do. Right?
Okay.
So I can say you can view only, and click on invite. So in just a bit, you'll receive an email. And in the email, you're going to be able to accept the invitation. And by doing so, it's going to have you create an account. It's a free account, so don't worry about it. And then you can download the Windows application. From there, you're going to be able to jump inside the model at any point.
Start signing up.
So if you want, just share your screen with me, and so I can just walk you through it, make sure everything goes.
Hold on one sec. So Brian Sample House, View in VR, Desktop Gear VR, just desktop, I guess.
Yeah, click on that guy.
And then download installer.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, where are you making your models?
Revit.
So when you're downloading it, it's going to have a Revit plugin you can download as well. I suggest doing that. From the Revit plugin, you can preview your models immediately. So within a couple seconds, you'll be able to see the model in 3D and walk around it, so you can preview it. It's as a quick heads up, it's not going to look anywhere near as good as Enscape, but that's not our focus. If you want to use visualization, that's Enscape. For us, it's about the collaboration.
Alright, what is going on? Full screen. Let's go back. Details. Trust now. I think my antivirus tried to put a stop to it, so I'm trying to get around that real quick. There we go. Next. Oops. Yes. Install for Revit. Do I have Revit closed? Do have it closed. Next. Create. Install. It's cooking. Let's minimize that.
Alright, so as long as I install and that's fine, let's just jump back into the. I'll show you the 360s while it works. I'll have you join my 3D model in a bit. Let's just jump back. So you can see my screen again.
Yes.
Great. So I'm going to go back into the overview. For 360 images, you can open it up from the web or from the Windows app. I'm just going to go ahead and open it from the web. Look around here. What kind of do you do? Many renderings in Enscape, or otherwise?
Not really. We just use it for the VR. We send out a lot of our renderings so we can get some higher end stuff done.
Okay. Well, with the renderings, you don't have to. The renderings, you can use them in different ways now. So with those renderings that you're getting, you can add them to your project, and you're able to share these via text message You can send it in a link, or you can embed it as an HTML.
Okay.
So clicking and dragging the mouse, what you're seeing right now is a 360 image, a rendering I have from, I think it's Octave. And then you can see these little dots. These are annotations I've added to the image.
Okay.
So you put the client feedback here, give it information about particular objects. The Herman Miller chair costs $897. You can give information about where this space is relative to other places. It's just a quick way to be able to add notes of the space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also able to connect images together. So on the sides of the screen, you see these arrows. If I click on this arrow, it'll move me to the next image. So now I'm at the stairs. I want to go to the kitchen. I'm here. But let's imagine I'm back at the stairs, right? You could have renderings, like 10 different renderings for this one house. One could be over here in the kitchen, one could be in the living room, that's great, but maybe there's one for what's behind this door. Maybe there's another one for over the stairs. Maybe there's one for out there. And so with all those different images, if you're just going to try to go left and right, it might not flow the best. So what we did is we created these links. So you're able to connect the images together in a way that makes sense. So in virtual reality or on the phone, if you just center your screen on the circle, it will teleport you to the next image.
So this is a bunch of individual stills. This isn't like the model itself.
No, these are just 360 renderings. Right?
Gotcha.
We'll jump into the models in a bit. I just wanted to show you how these renderings work. So we'll jump into each one of these, okay? Yeah, so any questions about the annotations, the links?
No. I'm feeding with you on that. We used okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we used Lumia on there for a while, and some similar processes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna share this with you on a text message, and then I'll show you how it works. My screen is gonna mirror whatever your cell phone is looking at.
So 407
929
929 9251. Bingo. Launching. Hit OK. It's pulling it up.
Yeah, once it's loaded, it's all browser based. Once it's loaded up, just put in your name, and then okay, go.
It says loading images. Connection's probably a little slower today. Still loading images. Get my Wi-Fi turned on here, maybe. There we go. Yeah. You can see me playing on my video. I would even beckon that the idea that it looks like the image is much clearer on my cell phone. Wow.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm not connecting to you. You switched to Wi-Fi, is that right?
I did. I can jump off Wi-Fi. Hold on.
No, Wi-Fi's fine, but can you reopen it from starting from Wi-Fi? Because if the connection gets disconnected like that, sometimes it won't connect.
Not a problem. I turned my Wi-Fi off when I said that a second ago. I'm waiting for it to kick back on. There it is, and I'll launch again. Okay. It's loading much faster this time. Loading images. Your presentation is in session. Please enter your name. Join.
There you are. Wherever you look, my screen's looking as well.
So like if I want to go to the next one, I just looked at the circle and we jump. Look at the circle.
You gotta center the screen.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Man, that's really nice because then they don't. Yeah, I could so see doing that on site. I'm really impressed with how well it looks on the phone.
Yeah, no, it's a great image. One thing you can do if you turn the phone, if you rotate it,
Oh,
you'll see
wow.
that it says Enter VR now. If you click on that, it turns stereoscopic, and you can put that inside of cardboard.
Wow. Hold on a second. Corey, can you grab Corey for me? I'm gonna bring one of my other VR guys down here.
Sure.
My thought is that maybe we could go over this and then I would set it up with the whole team because not everybody's here today because of the hurricane.
That's fine. It's good for us to be able to do it, kind of you and I, just so we can go over all the main points, what you want to focus on, and then when we do it with the whole group, you'll know what specific things you want to bring up and talk about.
So I'm online right now with InsiteVR, and this is the one that'll do the multi-person VR scenario. And he's showing me some of the stuff that they have available. And we're doing a three-way deal here where it's him and me. There's the on the computer on the desktops, and then on my phone I'm linking in.
So you're a different person and you like a.
Yeah, and then we can view each other's experiences through this. And then on the VR here, you see he's pointing and stuff.
Oh wow.
And I can exit VR and just go to the view. But if I had cardboard or gear or whatever else, with just the cell phone, and the image is pretty impressive.
That is pretty.
So like if I hover over, I can get the annotations that he put down.
Derek, and I can also put an annotation.
And are you, if someone else is in this space, would you see like their character moving
to the kitchen here?
Like what they're doing?
What are your thoughts about this pillar?
What are my thoughts? So it's concrete. That's my thought about it. There we go. So he's going to place an annotation because he asked me what annotation to put on the pillar. And it's concrete. And bam.
This is him right now.
That's him right now. And then you saw it in the VR heads up at the same time. That's pretty sweet, huh?
That is really cool.
Now these are stills. This isn't even right. This isn't VR. This is just the stills.
Oh, you're in a 360.
No, we're in a 3D. We're in a pano. Is basically what we're in. So, anyways, I wanted to show you that. We'll do another one when everybody's here, and then I'll set these guys up to come back and talk to us. But yeah. All right, man. Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. So you saw the interactivity of it. It's basically, I'm able to connect with you. And this is globally, right? So you can connect if you're working with a client. You want to show them some of the renderings that you made. You put a lot of time and effort into it. You're able to send them a text message, shoot them a link, and then they can jump in and just look around the images. Right? Hey, let me know your thoughts, or you can give them a quick call, like, hey, I sent this over to you. Let's walk through it.
So I got a
phone looking around. You're able to create notes.
I got a question. So why is my desktop screen so granular and my phone so much better? Is it because I'm looking at your remote session?
The remote session kind of is part of it, but also just the pixels, right? So like the monitor is not going to be nearly as good as the phone in terms of the size. You're blowing up this image that's supposed to be meant to be seen smaller.
Gotcha.
Scale, a lot more expanded, so you're going to see those grains. If you're looking at a higher end panel, it's going to be different. So I'll show you on my computer here. Let me go to there's a Lumion 360. I can show you. Here, so I can show you these real quick. These are going to look better on the computer as well. And these will look better on the cell phone. See these. I mean, look at the V-Ray library.
Wow, those book covers are cool.
Yeah, so the higher the quality of the rendering, the better it's going to be, and the better it will look on the monitor, but then on the phone, it's going to look better as well, just because it's less pixels.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right, so quick recap for the 360s. It's lightweight, easy to share. It's very easy to get into. It didn't require you to download anything.
No. Really fast.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
It's limited by your internet speed. Right? If you're getting on dial-up, it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So let's now jump inside of a 3D model. I'm going to jump inside of it first, just show you how to edit things, walking around, navigating, and then I'm going to have you join me, and I'll show you how to multi-use. Alright, so I'm going to go here, Ryan sample house. Up here. And what you'll see is we're in a black and white model. This is sketch mode. This is sketch mode. So when you upload a model, you can upload it in 4 primary ways. One is going to be Gear VR optimized or PC optimized. If you do Gear VR optimized, it's going to decimate the hell out of it, and you only go up to 3 million triangles.
Gotcha.
If you do PC, which is with the Oculus Rift, that's what you do. It's going to load a lot faster. It's going to you go up to 15 million triangles. And then the other 2 ways is whether you want this mode, black and white sketch mode, or do you want a texture mode. So this is black and white. Let me show you quickly the texture mode. Alright. And then we have the texture mode.
You made a comment earlier about you're focused on the collaboration and not focused on the visualization. What pushed you to the place where you had to make a choice and a sacrifice to go one way or the other? What was the limitation at?
Well, the number one thing is resources, right? Where we put our time. So we put our time to try and create better visualization than we can't do the collaborative tools. We can't work on collaborative tools that we think would be more helpful, right?
So it's just a development thing. It's just right now that's where you're at. Not that it can't be done. It's just.
Well, that's part of it. The other part is just the what do you call it? The limitations from the software you're using. So we're using Unity.
Okay.
Right? We want to be able to put 30, 40, 50 million triangle models up, but we can't because of the limitations of Unity. And the higher detail you have, the harder it is to get multiple people inside of a presentation to be able to do web-based kind of sharing.
So let me ask another question then. Because we're in that very place right now where we're trying to make the decision of Unity, Unreal, or Stingray. You still think Unreal is the best place to be, even though you still have this issue?
So Unity just works. It's a lot better. You're able to do a lot more inside of Unity than you can in Unreal. Unreal, the game engine is a lot of people like how it looks a lot better. You're able to get better quality views, but some of the issues that people run across is going to be frame rate, what the level of frame rate they're going to be able to get, and then also the size of the model. So we made a strategic decision for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, that's another thing. So with Enscape, I don't know if you noticed or not, the frame rate, you can sometimes get a little bit jittery walking around in VR.
Okay.
You will not see that in our frame rates can be a lot higher, and part of that is because you don't have the flowing grass, the really high detailed trees, right? It's because of our focus on just, hey, you want to see grass, there it is. It allows you to put more into the collaborative.
Gotcha.
The experience be a lot more smooth. And then another thing, if we switch back, a lot of our clients prefer the sketch mode because the conversation, they want to center the conversation around the space, not the materials. So if we're here inside this house, right? Everything's in black and white. Instead of talking about how the couch doesn't match the color of the ottomans, it's just, hey, how is the layout? Does this make sense, right?
Yep.
And if you want that visualization, that's what these 360 hotspots are for. So those really great renderings that you spend a lot of money on, you're able to overlay them on top of the model. So I walk inside of here, we're inside of the 360 image.
And that can be as high quality as I want.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then people can walk around the model, they experience the model, but then going to the 360 images, that's where they get that wow, like, oh, this is what it will look like.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the 360 hotspots. Those are by and large our most popular feature. Um, and then you can see here we have the annotations we placed here inside of inside the model. The annotations work just like in the 360s, except they have a couple of new properties. One, they understand the geometry of any of the objects you place them on. You can see that there. Number two, when you place them, it saves the view in which you placed it. So, what are your thoughts about this fireplace here?
It's unique.
It is unique. Great. Great. Once I place it, it's going to save the view in which I placed it. So if I'm walking around, let's say, hey, you say you're walking around with the client, going through different parts of the house or the model. They have certain comments. Later on, you're like, hey, let's take a real quick. I wanted to ask you another question about the fireplace. What did you mean by unique fireplace? You click on it, and it takes you right back to the view the client was looking at when the annotation was created.
Cool.
And then you're also able to do the same thing with views. So you can set a whole bunch of views in the model. So I have one for the balcony, one for outside the living room, master bedroom, kitchen, etc. And so this is a good way to keep control of the presentation. Let's imagine you have 2, 3, 4 people walking around the model, right? And they're wandering around. One person goes towards the stairs, another person goes outside, another person is staring at these chairs. People start to get lost, right? You're able to herd them up. Say, okay, everyone, let's take a look at the balcony, right? And it teleports everyone to the balcony. Or hey, let's get what are everyone's thoughts about the outside of the room? It teleports everyone there, so it forces them to be part of your presentation, not just to be kind of lost in the nebulous of the virtual reality space.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, looking at what you've seen so far, how would you envision using this, integrating with your client presentation and internal conversations?
I really quickly see the internal conversations come to life really quickly, just so that our dispersed design teams can have much more intuitive conversations. With the clients, I see the mobile aspect being a big deal, so that I can ask a quick question and get input from a very human perspective rather than, hey, let's jump into VR. Let's do. I don't need to give it any buzzwords. I don't need to do any of that. Just, hey, I'm connecting to your phone. You just got a text message. Can you get on and comment on this for me real quick? So I can get feedback really quick, I think, from a client. Depending on where they're at, doesn't matter because they're going to have their cell phone on them.
Yeah, one thing that you can do, a lot of our clients do this, they'll brand some cardboards and they'll send it out to the clients.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then it will have your name on it, your company's name on there, and then whenever they get it, you can send them 360 the renderings that you make. Hey, pop that inside the cardboard, and they can have that very basic VR experience. Or like you said, if just wanted to look at the phone, we can do that as well.
Yeah.
All right, great. So, yeah, that's a lot of what. Oh, by the way, for your navigating, because you're going to join it here in a second, the WASD keys or the directional keys.
All right.
And then clicking and dragging the mouse to look around. But yeah, that's a lot of insight right here. What you got to see. Obviously, there's a lot more that you can do. Just kind of engaging with it, uploading stuff. But why don't you jump in here?
So click on Sample House.
No, on Brian's sample house.
Yeah. It's loading up.
Oh, by the way, when you get in, on the top right of the screen, you're going to see your name and a little microphone next to it. Just make sure to click that and mute yourself. Otherwise, we'll hear each other twice.
All right, I'm muted. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
All right, cool. So I can pan left and right, and I can move.
And as you can see, I'm mirroring what you're seeing right now as well. I right click like, hey, that's a window. You have to go left.
Ah.
So if you go to the 360 hotspot over here, just walk inside of it, you'll be able to go into that panel. Just walk inside of it.
Nah. Preview. There we go. And again, it's the panel, so I'm stuck where I'm at, but I can view anything from here.
Yeah, just hit escape to leave.
Okay.
And now you're in the space. I can stop following you.
Okay.
And now you can see me.
Oh, look at that.
Right. And so if we had the voice chat system, you don't even have to do Zoom meeting. You don't have to do GoToMeeting, nothing like that. Someone in Tampa say, hey, let's jump. You're on a call with them, or you shoot me an email. Hey, let's jump into the model real quick. And you're able to both jump in. You can talk to each other, and then have conversations about the space just on the desktop. Right? If you wanted to, you can get on the Oculus Rift, and that's if you have the touch controllers.
They're on order. They're coming.
Yeah. So with the touch controllers, you're able to draw in space and kind of really and have even further conversations. So like you can draw something over here, and be like, oh, there should be a door here. You can draw a door. It's gonna be red outline. And the next level, I'm gonna go away now. I'm gonna jump inside. So I'm going into Dollhouse mode.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you to join me as well. Now we're looking at a scale model.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We just released this yesterday. So right now you can't increase the size of this on the from the computer, but with the Oculus Rift, you can with the touch controller, you can pick it up, make it bigger and smaller. And if you like, let me show you here. I'm going to teleport down. Look at the balcony. Okay. You should be able to see me on the balcony.
I do. That's interesting.
Right. So you can have various people walking around the model, and you can see it, and you can make it bigger. And what you can do from the I'm back out from Dollhouse mode is with the touch controllers. You can draw on the model. So you're like, hey, maybe we should put a pole here. You can draw and design a little pole real quick, or like there should be a shed here. You can edit things that add things here directly onto the model.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's just a bit of what InsiteVR can do. What are your thoughts about trying this out?
We're definitely going to try it out. There's no doubt about that. What is the purchase point?
So there's 3 basic options, and it's based on the project slots I was talking about, right? So for a project slot, you can have 1 3D model up to 10 360 images, and you can upload as many times as you want throughout a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 1 project slot, you can upload 20 30 models. It's just you only can have 1 up at a time.
Gotcha. Yep.
So 1 project slot is a basic entry point. That one's $99 a month, billed annually, which is $11.88.
Okay.
Then you have 3 project slots. That's going to be $3,300, and 5 project slots. That one is $41.88.
A little bit of a savings. Okay. All right. So I guess for next steps, the next steps for me are, I want to kind of go back to this demo, but what I'd like to do next time is I would like to be in the conference room, and then I'll get the Rift out, and we can actually do some a little bit more interactive of a demo, if that's at all possible. You game for that?
Yeah, I'm 100% game for that. I'll jump inside the Gear VR. You can jump inside the Rift, and I can switch. You can become presenter, and then you can like open it. You can make it bigger, and you can make the drawings, and you can showcase all that.
Okay. Well, let's do that. That'll be our next steps. I'll send you an email with a time, and we'll move forward with that.
Perfect. Derek, if you have any questions, you need anything else from me, just let me know. Otherwise, yeah, look forward to meeting with the team and stay safe with this hurricane, all right?
Appreciate it very much, sir. Have a good afternoon.